Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see if it worked this time. We're having some technical difficulties here. Nothing is playing the way it's supposed to. Let's see if we are live yet. Yes, we are officially live this time. Okay, so sharing with the groups. Oh, for love. Nothing ever just goes smoothly, I swear. Technology is not our friend, but I think we're good now. Okay, we're officially live. Let's see who's going to join us now. Say hello when you pop in so we know you are here. Okay, going to go ahead and switch the view. Oh, my mouse died. So we need a new battery for that. Hey, Deb. I'm glad you could make it. Oh, we need to add that. There we are. I think we're good. Oh, my goodness gracious. Perfect timing, too, for everything to just be fizzled. Because going live had been no dizziness for 4 days, and just like 10 minutes ago, it's returned. Every time I turn my head to the right, the world spins a little bit. Hey, Arlene, glad you could make it. Okay, tonight we are featuring the bundle called Notes of Nature. It's this one here down in the corner on page 41 of your mini catalog. It is retiring. Now, looking at this suite, everything's retiring except for the Lovely and Sweet bundle. That one is going to continue, but they are retiring the Notes of Nature bundle. So that's the one we are going to look at today. And of the two, that one's actually my favorite. I didn't even get this one. I bought this one because I love this one more. Hey, Sue. So glad to see you join. Oof. Okay, so this is going to be fun because, like I said, the Vertigo has decided to make a reappearance now that we're going live. I don't know what prompted it to decide to come back now after being gone for 4 days, but lovely. Just lovely. Thank you for sharing, Sue. Appreciate it. Real quick, some housekeeping. Paper Pumpkin, we are now into the May subscription period. So if you are not a current subscriber and you are interested in getting in on that May kit, which is going to be kind of a masculine overtures to it, you're going to want to get in between now and May 10th. This kit will make, it's going to be Father's Day themed. Make 9 cards, 3 each, 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. You're going to get pre-cut paper accent pieces and labels. There's going to be some wood grain textures and masculine earthy tones. The coordinating colors will be Wild Wheat, Pool Party, Misty Moonlight, Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, and Basic Beige, which is that new color we've added to our collection. As of this May 1st will be for everybody. And the classic ink spot will be Misty Moonlight. And it is going to coordinate with the Country Woods Designer Series paper. I believe that is in the upcoming catalog. So yeah, we are in that last chance period for anything from the annual and mini catalog at this point. You can save up to 60% on some things. So definitely take a look. I find it's actually easier to go online and look at the catalog right now. With everything going on sale, they've moved a lot of things into the online only from our annual and mini catalogs. If it's not retiring and it's not in the new catalog, then you're going to find it in the online exclusive area. They are adding kits every month. We get 2 kits added on. One of the kits that was added in for April is a cute one with dogs and kitties. Mine is on the way. It'll be here Friday. Shipping is really slow right now. I think because of the pre-order plus the last chance list being live. Stampin' Up! Is really struggling with orders right now, so they are behind. It took 7 days for, placed my order on Friday of last week. They shipped it this Friday, and now it'll arrive next Friday. So like 3 weeks between the time of placing the order and to the time of actually receiving the order. Just because of how shipping is right now. So if there's anything that you really, really want, I would suggest getting in there and getting it, because it's going to take you a while before you actually have it in your possession, unless you pay for expedited shipping, which is crazy priced. So I try to avoid that at all costs if I can. Okay. So tonight, like I said, we are talking about the Notes of Nature, and that is this here bundle. Love this set. I love the little extra texture pieces that you get in here. Really, really cute. And I like that. So for the cards we're making tonight, that one's getting a little crazy here. Let me get everything in order. We're making these 2 here cards. This one we're going to do first. This one's got a little extra texture we did on this one. And then we have this here where we did a lot of layering on both of them, actually. And that's why I like this set, I think, so much, is because it is so good for layers. Exactly, Sue. Due time. Trying to be patient. But that's not my virtue. I do not possess patience, so I get a little, ugh. Hey, sis. Glad you could make it. Hey, Barb. Glad you found us. All right, so we're going to start with this card here. So for this one, I am using that brand new basic beige for our card base. My bone folder here. And this, again, is your standard card base, cut 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line and just push that out. So we have a nice crisp fold on that card. Then I have another piece of that basic beige. This measures 4 inches. Wait, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. That's what I cut it at. So it's 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And we're going to distress this a lot. So I want to start off. I have my pecan pie ink pad, and I want, what did I do with it? I'm going to use this here stamp that has all the little hashes on it. And I hope I have, oh, did I bring any? Oh, we can use one of these. We'll use this. I didn't bring anything to stamp off on, so we're just going to use our little paper here. Okay, so I have this. I have my pecan pie. We're going to start by inking up our little grid pattern here. And then we're going to take my scrap here and stamp off to make it a lighter color. And then we're just going to go ahead and stamp that. Then I'm going to turn it completely around. And I'm going to do the same thing. Ink that up with our pecan pie. And then I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm just going to go right off to the side of that. Oh, about right there. So that adds some texture that way. Clean off our stamp a little bit. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to run this through the embossing folder, which is one of the trio of the Basics 3D. And I learned today, after I had already designed these cards, that the Basics 3D embossing folders are no longer available. These were one of the online exclusives, and they're gone already. This one that I'm using actually has the hash pattern on there. It's like a bunch of little hash marks. And because of the size of it, I do have to use the Big Boss. So I'm just going to turn around here. I have that behind me. You might be able to see it here in the video. I have it right here on my cart. You probably can see Tucker back here as well, all snuggled in. Made himself nice and comfy back there on the love seat. So now we have extra texture on there. Next, I've got my scissors, and I am going to really distress this. And all you need are the blade on your scissors, and you're just going to kind of distress the edges. And if you've been around Stampin' Up! For a really long time, you might even have this little tool, the Stampin' Distress tool in your, this was retired a long time ago, but I decided to pull it out because I got thinking a lot of you may have these tools, and because they retired, you may have kind of forgotten you have it. And I just want to remind you to pull it out. Who else has this? Hey, Kay, glad you could make it. I had to restart the live because something went wrong. And when I first went live, I was on YouTube only and not on Facebook. So I had to stop it and then redo it. And then it kept giving me a fit. I had to keep... Ugh, it was just weird things happening today. And of course, like I said, like 10 minutes before going live, the vertigo returned for whatever reason. I don't know what the heck. I do think it is viral though, because like I said, everybody at the office is getting it. All right. And then I'm just kind of, I didn't fully smoosh it up, but just kind of curl the edges a little bit, the corners. And then we're going to grab our adhesive. Oh, actually, getting ahead of myself here. Don't want to grab the adhesive yet, but that's going to go there. But before we do that, I also have a piece of Designer Series paper. Now, this paper here comes from the annual catalog. It is the Earth and Elegance paper. It is 12 by 12. And I just cut down a piece to about, it's 4 1/4 by 2. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Notes of Nature dies. And I have this here piece that makes it look like a notebook. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this one. Actually, let's line it up on a straight edge here so that way it can be straight. Okay, now we're going to bring in the Baby Boss. Oh no, you can't see what I'm doing. I moved things around a little bit. And obviously, I didn't do a good job. Move everything up. There we go. I'll try to pay better attention as to my placement here. Okay. So we have our designer paper with this little notebook edge die. And I gotta get this stuff out of the way so I can spin the wheel. All right, so we're just gonna roll that through. And then we're just going to pull that off and return that. Okay, so now we have the little notebook edge, and I did kind of curl those corners as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a little adhesive to that. And then we're just going to add that to that edge, like so. So that now has an edge to it. So now we can go ahead and add adhesive to the rest of this. Unfortunately, you got to be really careful when you have distressed paper like this because it wants to tear it. There we go. All right, so now we're just going to center this, and I did not put it on there straight. I have just a little bit of a angle to it, not a sharp angle, just a slight. There we go, like so. And again, just distress that. Like so. Okay. Next, I have a scrap of the pecan pie. And this is just needs to be, I don't know. Because I end up cutting it off anyway. I have here, it's like 5 3/4 by 2. And it's just to run this leaf through. So we're going to run this through our baby boss again. So we're going to get that in there like so. Oh, thanks, sis. It's Family Dollar gel polish. It's this one here. It's called LA Colors Gel. It dries fast, so I don't have to sit here waiting all day. You don't need a light or anything to cure it. And it seems to wear pretty good, too. Just 2 coats. But I love the fact that it dries quickly. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. This goes into our garbage pile here. This goes back into the envelope. And then this, where did I do with my snips? There they are. So this goes about like so. And then I just kind of take my snips and snip that off. And then what did I do with my liquid glue? There it is. So we have our liquid glue. And I'm just going to add a couple little dollops. And then hold that down for just a minute. And that takes care of that. Then I have another scrap of the pecan pie. And I'm using, for the sentiment, I have Early Espresso. And it says, "Thanks for making me smile." And now I just got to find it. So here it is. "Thanks for making me smile." And we're just going to put that in there. Then we need the Baby Boss again. And for this one, we need these are the deckled circle dies. And I'm using the second smallest. So this is the smallest. This is the number 2 die. And we're just going to put that on there like so. And run it through. And now I've used up that scrap. That'll go into the trash pile. Put the circle die back on the magnet. And we now need a couple dimensionals. And that's going to go right there. Then we need a take your pick tool. And I have here, these are an online exclusive. These are called the adhesive backed swirl dots. And you'll find this with the Latte Love suite. You'll find it over with them. And we're going to use these, I think they're petal pink. Little swirl dots. But you have pecan pie, the petal pink, and then this actually looks like basic beige. But we're using the petal pink to kind of pull out. I don't know if you can kind of see it in the designer series paper, but there's little shades of that petal pink in there. So that's what we're kind of pulling out. And we're going to put one right there. One right there in the crook of that. And then this one, oops, we'll put right down in here. And that finishes our first card. Okay, so we're done with those. Ooh. This whole vertical thing really is starting to get on my last nerve. I thought I was over it. I've been good for like 4 days. Nothing. And now, before I go live, it decided to return. Okay, card number 2. We do only have 2 cards tonight. Just because I have been totally focusing on getting this room cleaned up. It has been, as you've seen from the pictures, a disaster zone. And with the new catalog coming, I'm pulling all of the retiring stuff. And as you can see, I am pricing the retiring stuff so that I can do a sale. So stay tuned for that when things are fully and officially retired after May 1st. We'll be having a retirement sale. Thanks, Kay. No, Sue, it is not a good feeling. It's really irritating. Like I said, I have to think it is viral just because so many of us in the office are dealing with it. But I think I'm the one that keeps getting the recurrence of it. They're all like getting it and getting over it. I don't know. Just weird. But anyway, so I'm getting this room into some semblance of order. Like pulling all the retired product, putting away the current product that I have gotten in so far, like the new colors, and gotten everything put away like that. So it's quite a process. It's taking me way longer than I kind of anticipated. I was hoping to have it done lickety split, but it's not working out that way. But anyway, it's all good. Okay, card number 2. Let's get on this one. I love this style. I've done it a few different times in this card. I like how it works because now you get to see both sides of the designer paper. I would put a piece of Very Vanilla on the inside so you can write your message on this one. I just haven't done that yet. Or even actually the basic beige, you could use that for an inside piece easily because you could see on that as well to keep it consistent. But really, really love the style because, again, you can see the designer paper on both sides. And I just think it's so cool. Anyway, so what you do is you cut a standard 8.5 by 5.5 card base, scored at 4 1/4. Then what you do is you cut off 3/4 of the right side edge so that you're left with a 1-inch piece here. I don't know if you can see that. Here's my score line, and I have a 1-inch edge left because it started off. I think, yes, I did. I brought this over. So it started off a full card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I lined the score line up, and I cut off 3/4, 3 1/4 till you left with 1 inch. So we're gonna, at that score line, we're gonna go ahead and fold and use our bone folder to burnish that for a nice crisp fold like we always do. We always want those nice folds on our paper. And then we have our designer paper that just kind of fits right in there. And you want to make sure everything's all nice and tight and lined up. And then all you're going to do is bring in your adhesive. All you have to do now is close it up. If you want to, you can use that bone folder to really press that down. But now you have a full card base again. Okay, next. Where did I do with that? Oh yeah, I put it over here. I was going to show you. I showed this last week, but because I'm using this as my scrap basic beige to do our cutting and stamping over here. But I wanted to show the difference between this is the basic beige, this is your very vanilla, and this is your basic white. So this shows you the different color variation. So you can see the difference between the very vanilla and the basic beige. Wish I could find the Sahara sand. I know I have some here someplace that retired, but it is a little bit darker. I did see where someone else did a show and tell of the Sahara sand with the basic beige, and the Sahara sand was just a shade darker than the basic beige. But we're going to keep this basic beige right here because we are going to use a little scrap of this because we are going to take our little, where did I put it? Here it is. This stamp here, it says field notes, and then it has some little type in there, print, and some numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and use, where did I put it? Our pecan pie again. Or no, I lied. Did not use pecan pie. We used Pebbled Path. So we're using Pebbled Path. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to ink up this cool stamp here. Like so. Close that up for temporarily. And then we need, I have here the 2-inch punch, circle punch. This is also an online exclusive. It was retired at one time, and they did bring it back as an online exclusive. I do too, Sue. I love having both sides of the paper show. I just think it's really cool. So then I just kind of played around where I wanted to punch this out. And it looks pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and punch that circle out. The other thing I did is bring this paper for stamping off again. I have, what did I do with it? Was I that? No, that's my sentiment. What did I do? Oh, here it is. We need our little speckle stamp. So I'm going to, again, use the Pebbled Path. Ink that up. Stamp off. And just add a few speckles on that. Again, just adds a little extra texture to that piece. Set that aside. Bring back our piece here and our Pebbled Path again. Have a leaf image. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that right there. Then just cut that off. And then we need our leaf die. And that's going to line up. And we do need, what I do with it? Here it is. A little bit of our Post-it tape. Get that all nice and lined up. There we go. Bring back the baby boss. Oop. Run that through. Like so. Then I have scraps of Moody Mauve and Petal Pink. And we need the Petal Pink and the Moody Mauve. Run those through. Okay, so we can get rid of those. We're gonna peel these off. Okay, next we want to go ahead and let's start piecing this together. So we're going to bring this in. So we're going to kind of lay that here like so. This is going to tuck about like so. And then these will go like that. So we're going to go ahead and find our dimensionals here. I'm going to put those right there. And on this side, okay. So we're going to pick that up there. Oh, look at that. We picked it all up. Like that. Then we're going to add another dimensional right there. And then we can go ahead and add that to our card front, like so. Next, we have our sentiment, and I am going to emboss that. So I have my white embossing powder. I have my Versamark and our little embossing buddy here. So I'm going to go ahead and powder that up. And that just removes any oils from your fingers, any static, so that only the powder sticks to where we want it to stick. And now I have my sentiment, and it says just a little note to say hello. So we're going to go ahead, ink that up with our Versamark ink. Versamark is a sticky pigment ink. It is clear. You can make a watermark type stamp with that, so that you just have like a tone on tone. It looks like a little, what they call a watermark. But you can also, because it does stay wet longer than your average dye ink, you can emboss with it. Your embossing powder will actually stick to the wet ink. Then you heat it, and it's what you call wow. Let's see if I can do that nice and straight and in the middle, like so. All right, then we're going to bring in our powder here. I do like to keep my powder in these little Tupperware type containers. There we go. Go ahead. Gonna start heating up the tool so it gets nice and hot quick. And grab our tweezers so we do not burn our fingers. And melt that powder. And it turns a nice bright white when it's done melting. There we go. So now we have our nice little, but I did not bring over my little paper trimmer, which is okay. We'll just do it by hand, not a big deal. We're going to go just above here, nice and straight. And then I have another retiring item, which makes me very sad, is the Banners Pick-a-Punch. It's still available. I did check, but it is retiring. So we are going to use this side here. So we're just going to slip this in. Let's see if I can't get it straight. Nope, not straight at all. Come on over. There we go. It's still not really straight, but it works. It will work. So then, this end, we're going to add a dimensional on the bannered end. And on this side, we're just going to add a little bit of adhesive there. And then that's gonna just layer right there like so. And that finishes card number 2. I do only have 2 cards tonight because, like I said, it's been a busy weekend here trying to ready the room for a new catalog. Thank God I got what I did before the dizziness returned. Good grief. Thanks, Sue. Glad you like them. But I really do like this particular bundle. Like I said, I think it has a lot of character and a lot of the different textures that you can create with it. I just have a lot of fun with it. Well, thank you, Kay. Thanks, sis. Well, that's all I have for you tonight, ladies. Again, thank you so much for coming to hang out. I do pray that you have a wonderful week ahead and a good rest of your evening. And I shall see you again next week. God willing, this dizziness will go away quickly and we'll be back to our normal stamping. All right, guys, have a great week, and I will see you, like I said, God willing, next weekend, Sunday. Have a great day. Bye for now.